YouTube. Good grief, YouTube. YouTube is in a very weird state right now. It's either a wonderful place or a horrifying place, depending on how you use it, and depending on what kinds of people that you encounter on the site. You can either encounter the best of the best people that you can encounter, or you can encounter the worst of them. The best of the best people on YouTube are indeed the best, but the worst are terrifying. It's kind of like a random encounter in a CRPG. You can get either free alien blasters or super mutant patrols that will shoot you on sight. And for the worst of the examples on YouTube, take for example, DaddyoFive. Now, I'm not going to go in deeper into the situation because everybody has been talking about this. NerdCity did a great video just covering inch and every detail of what's going on with the channel. Basically, DaddyoFive is someone who has 700,000 subscribers and made his videos about abusing his children. He said that the videos are fake, but if you actually watch his videos, you're going to be seriously doubtful about that statement. Thankfully, the drama ends with the kids going back to his biological mother, which is definitely great news. However, I'm not going to focus on DaddyoFive specifically. I'm instead going to focus on what his channel says about the current state of YouTube that we're living in. This guy has 700,000 subscribers. That's a lot of subscribers. And what this guy does is basically abusing his children for views and subscribers. Why haven't people who watch this channel didn't report this to YouTube? Why hasn't anyone reported this? Are there any channels out there that do these sorts of similar immoral behaviors and get views for actually doing it? We have tons and tons of channels out there that do these pranks to people and everything. Some are real, some are fake. Well, most are fake. We have channels that show people committing crimes live. God knows how many YouTubers are jailed for doing criminal stuff when they're vlogging, doing illegal stuff like trespassing and everything. That's not the issue here. The issue here is how YouTube handles these content, which, thanks to the DaddyoFive situation, it's obvious that YouTube hasn't done a great job at making sure that their content is safe for everybody. It's obvious that YouTube hasn't done a great job at making their content advertiser-friendly. There are things that are definitely not advertiser-friendly on YouTube, and for some reason, they still get a pass. DaddyoFive comes to mind, lots of music channels that have half-naked women, mainstream media outlets that cover controversial news. And you know what? Channels that are controversial that can get a pass on being advertiser-friendly, that's not essentially the fault of the YouTube creators necessarily. Well, mostly not their fault. I'm not denying that there are bias among YouTube, but it's mostly the fault of how YouTube's actual system works. YouTube allows anyone that wants to enter to come and join in YouTube and make videos. And unfortunately, by doing so, they're also giving opportunities for the most horrendous of people to join in YouTube. There's no doubt that YouTube exposes us to some of the assholes that are running around the community, and it's either thanks to them vlogging their videos or other controversial things going on with them. YouTube has a really damn scary line, a line that blurs between what is fiction and what is real, a line that makes us to think twice to whether or not what they're showing to us is actually happening or if it's just fake and made up. At least with video games or anime or movies, you can clearly see the line between fiction and reality, but with YouTube, it's pretty damn difficult. Oh sure, some pranks are way too obviously fake, sure skits are obviously not real, but even then, there are videos that make you think twice about whether or not you're watching entertainment or you're watching reality unfolding right in front of your eyes. And the scariest part is, some people took joy out of watching them, believing that the videos are fake and that they're just acting and that it's just like in the movies or anything like that. This is the line. This is the YouTube line, and it's freaking terrifying. YouTube is the biggest entertainment platform on the planet simply because of how easy it is to access for lots of users and how easy it is to make videos and have thousands of people watch it. The kinds of people that enter YouTube are varying, and they can be funny, entertaining, and has great personality. They can be really weird and unusual, or they can be horrific and terrifying. The easiness for users to upload their videos to YouTube is a factor in that, and what people upload sometimes can get really scary. Now, YouTube also gives in the opportunity for users to monetize their content and make money off of whatever videos they like. However, YouTube gives in further restrictions to monetize content, and only users that have been verified and approved for monetization can monetize their content. I need to do lots of verifications for my channel to get monetized, including having a letter be sent directly to me from YouTube themselves. Although from what I've heard, they already changed the system so that you don't have to be sent a letter directly. Just recently, YouTube applies more restrictions for a channel to be absolutely monetized. Your channel now needs to have 10,000 lifetime views, not individual videos views, to have your channel to be monetized. All of these restrictions are good to make sure that people make their content and make it popular before having them monetized. All of these are going to effectively cut off some of the bad people who are going to use YouTube for doing horrendous things like ISIS spouting their propagandas, telling people of how they need to crusade against the infidels, and profiting off of the AdSense to fund their terrorism purposes. You might see this on the perspective that this might hurt content creators in the long run who are planning to do YouTube for money, But then again, starting off YouTube with the mindset that you're gonna get money is fatally wrong. Channels don't start off that way, and it's a terrible mindset that I want everybody to just stop having. Just because you can make a YouTube channel doesn't automatically guarantee that you can make money off of it. Unfortunately, the issue here is that there are still people like DaddyoFive profiting off of actual child abuse and damaging his children. Now, I'm not talking necessarily about people who are profiting off of YouTube thanks to sharing their opinions. I have way more respect for people to profit off of YouTube for simply sharing their thoughts and opinions on a specific subject matter, even if those opinions are monstrous and wrong, and I wholeheartedly disagree with them. As long as they're not inciting people to commit certain actions, I'm totally cool with it. As long as they're not actually inciting horrific actions, I'm cool with it. And this brings me to, in my honest opinion, a key problem that YouTube has. The problem is YouTube sucks at monitoring their content, and when they do take the effort to do so, it's the kind of solution that an 8-year-old would come up with. Just recently, an article from Wired reveals that YouTube is hiring people to watch individual videos and trying to approve and check whether or not they're advertiser friendly. Their methods of doing it? By skimming through your videos. So if you say horrendous non-advertiser friendly things regardless of context, they're gonna disable your monetization. It's one of the dumbest things that I've seen in a while. YouTube, you're well aware that hundreds of hours of videos are uploaded to your site every minute. You're gonna have people to check every single one of them. They're not gonna be finished to watch all of them by the end of the day. Are you this really damn stupid? It's impossible, YouTube. It's a dumb thing to do. You can't monitor every single video, for God's sake. YouTube, your system allows anyone to upload whatever content they like, hundreds and hundreds of hours. Unfortunately, monitoring every single one of their content is like if you want to herd ants, might as well as give up. How about this? Instead of monitoring every single ant, you monitor their queen. You monitor every channel, including ones that are popular. That is significantly lower in presence and grow less and less than the amount of videos that are uploaded every day. And monitoring channels are a hell of a lot easier. You can check on whether or not the content of this channel is advertiser friendly. You communicate with the creators to come into some form of an agreement. Oh, wait a second, communicate? No, that's not the YouTube way. The real YouTube way is not to communicate with the content creators on every single issue. I mean, you have content creators like Philip DeFranco or H3H3 or PewDiePie or Rob Dyke who got damaged thanks to these YouTube apocalypse. If you just take a look at their channel and realize that their contents are completely harmless and they're done for entertainment purposes, if you just know the person who's running the content behind it, who's running the channel, you're gonna find out that these people are actually not people who are damaging others and being malicious like DaddyoFive or Wall Street Journal. YouTube needs to do some form of a check on their channels. Review these channels that boom up, review their content, and check whether or not they do anything remotely harmful, physically harmful, like actually inciting violence or harassment. Not hate speech, not controversial opinions, not opinions that you disagree with. No, actually inciting violence, actually inciting that you should harass this person. Make sure that their content is not damaging to anyone at all, and make sure that the videos that people make are not going to harm others. Make your community guidelines clear and enforce them when it's appropriate. And most importantly, communicate with your channels. Communicate with your content creators. I mean, this entire apocalypse drama, if you guys tell me that companies are pulling out thanks to videos like DaddyoFive, I would go, yeah, I can definitely see why. But of course, other content creators are not DaddyoFive. Other content creators are making content that are harmless and not inciting violence. Sure, they can be vulgar and disgusting, but at least they don't do any real violence or inciting their fans to commit violence or do negative things. And with all of that, I think the problem that YouTube has can be explained in how some of their employees are incredibly out of touch with the common everyday people. And one of those employees include the CEO. YouTube CEO says that interrupting her is a sexist microaggression. Wow. This is the CEO of YouTube? Well, what a great platform to be running in, guys. No wonder why people don't have ads on their videos for sharing the wrong opinions. We have snowflakes in the top tiers of the YouTube management who are completely out of touch with reality. Oh, and by the way, if you want to talk about diversity in workplace, try to take a look at your parent company. For all of that equal pay day thing, Google, you're certainly not paying your employees equally. That's all for the video today. If you like this, you can go ahead, click the like button, and subscribe for more. If you wish, you can support me on Patreon. And thanks for watching.